Everywhere you look, the message is clear. Happiness is the ultimate goal. Social media feeds overflow with perfect smiles, laughter, curated joy. But behind the filters, behind the highlight reels, many are struggling. Tonight, we ask the question, is constant happiness even real? Fam, let's be real for a sec. Instagram got us thinking if we ain't waking up smiling, journaling, and glowing like some wellness guru, we're broken. Like if you're not happy all the time, you're failing at life. But let me tell you something, that's a lie.
Not even a good lie, honey. Half these influencers rehearse their laughs. Do you know how wild it is to practice joy? Baby, that's theater, not happiness.
Exactly. And we out here comparing ourselves to stage smiles. No wonder we feel like failures. The modern world has sold us a myth that happiness is not just a goal, it's a requirement. Social media amplifies this pressure, showing us only highlight reels while hiding the truth of daily struggle. And that pressure, it's heavy. You're sitting in your PJs eating cereal, scrolling through someone's Bora Bora vacation like, dang, I must be doing life wrong. But what you don't see is their credit card debt, their anxiety, their arguments off camera.
Some of y'all comparing yourselves to people who don't even own furniture, just vibes, ring lights, and debt collectors on speed dial.
The pressure to be perpetually happy comes at a cost. Anxiety, depression, self-blame. For many, the question is no longer, am I happy, but why am I not happy enough? Y'all, listen, that nagging thought, something must be wrong with me because I'm not happy right now. That's not your truth. That's society talking, and it's wrong.
Fun fact, even therapists cry, even pastors get mad, even Oprah got days where she's like, don't talk to me. If they can feel all that, why can't we?
Sarah, a 19-year-old student, confessed that the pressure to appear cheerful online pushed her into depression. Everyone else seemed happy, she wrote. If I wasn't smiling, I felt like I was failing. Therapy helped her understand. Sadness was not failure. It was part of being alive. Whew, y'all hear that? Sadness isn't weakness. It's human. We don't need to run from it. The joy trap is this: believing happiness must be constant, flawless, unbroken. But happiness was never meant to be permanent. It was meant to ebb and flow, to balance against other emotions. Fam, if nobody told you today, you're not supposed to be happy all the time. You're supposed to be real all the time. Happiness comes and goes, and that's okay.
And if you ain't smiling today, don't worry. Tomorrow got jokes waiting for you.
The myth of constant happiness is powerful but false. In the next act, we'll uncover why emotions beyond joy aren't just normal, they're necessary. Our culture worships joy, but science reminds us, emotions were never meant to be constant. They rise and fall like waves. Sadness, anger, fear, each serves a purpose. And without them, happiness itself would lose meaning. Okay, fam, think about it. If you were happy 24/7, non-stop, no breaks, would it even feel like happiness anymore? Or just static?
Static. Child, that sounds like emotional torture. Imagine Beyonce on stage singing one note for 3 hours. Honey, that's not music, that's punishment.
Exactly. Our emotions are a playlist, not a single song. Sadness teaches us empathy. Anger shows us our limits. Frustration pushes us to grow. Every emotion is a teacher. Neuroscience shows that emotions are biologically adaptive. Fear sharpens awareness. Sadness triggers social bonding. Anger motivates change. Without this full spectrum, humanity would not survive. There's even research on how sadness literally helps your brain focus. Like, people make better decisions when they've processed sadness, because they're not distracted by pretending to be happy.
Period. Fake joy is exhausting. Real emotions, they're efficient, honey.
Yumi, a university student in Tokyo, felt constant pressure to appear cheerful. Surrounded by friends posting smiles online, she believed sadness was weakness. The mask of joy drove her deeper into depression, until therapy taught her that sadness was not failure. It was human. See, sadness wasn't the problem. The pressure to hide it was. Once she allowed herself to feel the sadness, she could heal.
Baby, you can't heal what you don't reveal. Stop hiding behind emojis.
Quick check-in, fam. What emotion do you struggle to accept? Drop it in the chat right now. Fear? Anger? Sadness? The emotional roller coaster is not weakness. It is life. Happiness gains its meaning only in contrast with sadness, fear, and frustration. To deny these feelings is to deny our humanity. So stop beating yourself up for not being happy all the time. You're not broken. You're balanced.
And baby, balance looks way better on you than fake smiles ever will.
Happiness has been sold as endless bliss, a non-stop high. But real contentment is quieter. It lives in peace, purpose, and connection, not in constant euphoria. You know when I felt the happiest? Sitting with my grandma on her porch. No phone, no filter. Just us, gossiping about the neighbors and sipping sweet tea. That wasn't Instagram worthy, but baby, it was real.
And let's be honest, Ahada, the porch tea is better than any positivity retreat and cheaper. You can keep your $499 yoga getaway. I'll take front porch therapy with grandma. Thank you.
Facts. Happiness isn't always fireworks. It's those small, steady sparks of contentment. Michael, a CEO, believed he had to radiate joy to inspire his team, but his forced positivity burned him out. Only when he restructured his company to embrace balance, space for vulnerability, rest, and authenticity did real joy return. Not just for him, but for his employees too. See? You don't need constant smiles to lead. Real happiness, real leadership comes from honesty.
Come on now, y'all hear that? He stopped faking it and everybody thrived. That's the sermon.
We gotta normalize the good enough revolution. You folded your laundry today? Joy. You drank some water? Joy. You rested? That's joy too. Joy doesn't always look like fireworks. It's sometimes just peace.
And baby, let me tell you, peace is sexy. Ain't nothing cuter than someone who knows how to rest.
David grew up in a home where perfection was expected and joy was conditional. When he became a father, he chose a different legacy. Every evening, he plays with his daughter, not perfectly, not always patiently, but authentically. For him, joy is no longer about flawless moments, but about presence. That right there, that's joy. Imperfect, messy, but real.
Stop chasing bliss, y'all. Bliss is overrated. Presence is the prize.
Beyond bliss, true contentment lives in the everyday moments, in connection, in good enough. Happiness was never meant to be constant. It was meant to be real. So, fam, hear me. Stop chasing the high. Start cherishing the quiet. That's where joy hides.
And don't forget, peace looks good on you, boo.
It is not enough to know happiness isn't constant. We must also learn how to live within the spectrum of emotions. Tools exist, not to erase feelings, but to help us navigate them. All right, fam, let's talk strategy. Because yes, it's cool to say embrace emotions, but how do you actually do it? Let's break it down. Step 1, recognize. Name what you feel. Not, I'm fine. Nah, say it. I'm sad, I'm mad, I'm lonely. Naming is power. Step 2, reflect. Ask, why am I feeling this? Sometimes it's you. Sometimes it's history. Sometimes it's just Tuesday. Step 3, release. That doesn't mean pretend it's gone. It means choose what to do with it. Cry, write, talk, pray, dance. Don't let it rot inside you.
And if all else fails, snacks and naps. I'm dead serious. Half of y'all mad because you're dehydrated and sleepy.
Not snacks and naps, but you not wrong. Anna, a single mother, grew up in a home where feelings were never spoken. For years, she bottled up sadness, but through journaling, a nightly brain dump, she began to name and release her emotions. She reported better sleep, improved health, and a deeper connection with her children. See that? Naming and releasing doesn't erase sadness, but it makes space for healing. That's power.
Journaling is free therapy, and it comes with cute pens.
Resilience is the ability to bend without breaking, to rise again after hardship. It is not about avoiding pain, it is about moving through it. Resilience ain't about pretending you're okay. It's about getting knocked down, taking a moment, then getting up again. And resilience is built, like a muscle.
Exactly, Rocky Balboa, but make it emotional.
Jamal, a father of 3, struggled with anxiety. Instead of hiding, he modeled resilience for his children, telling them when he felt overwhelmed and showing them how he used breathing exercises to cope. His vulnerability became their blueprint for strength. See, he didn't pass down shame, he passed down strength. That's generational healing in action.
And his kids gonna be out here breathing through finals like pros.
Tools like mindfulness, resilience, and gratitude are not cures, but compasses. They guide us through the emotional spectrum. They remind us that happiness is not the absence of struggle, but the ability to live fully within it. So next time someone tells you to just be happy, tell them, "Nah, I'm being real, and that's better."
And being real is way more fabulous anyway.
For too long, we've chased a myth that happiness must be constant, unbroken, flawless. But happiness was never meant to be a destination. It was meant to be a journey, a freedom, a choice to live fully through every emotion. Fam, hear me on this. Happiness isn't about plastering a smile when you feel broken. It's about giving yourself permission to feel everything, to cry, to rage, to laugh so hard you snort, sometimes in the same hour. That's human. That's happiness.
And baby, let me add, joy looks different for everyone. For me, it's good coffee, messy dance parties in my living room, and telling people the truth whether they want it or not. For you, it might be silence or hugs or naps. All of it is valid.
Yes, it's time we stop letting society define happiness for us. We get to write our own definitions. Rosa grew up believing happiness meant success and money. But after decades of chasing, she realized joy was not in promotions or possessions. It was in early morning walks with her dog, watching the world wake up. Her happiness was simple, quiet, authentic. That's it right there. Redefining happiness isn't about more, it's about real. Okay, family, here's the part where I flip it back to you. What's your definition of happiness? Not society's, not Instagram's, yours. Drop it in the chat right now. Happiness is not endless bliss. It is the freedom to feel, the courage to redefine, the choice to live fully. Beyond the smile, there is you. So stop chasing fake smiles. Embrace your whole self, the joy, the grief, the messy parts. Because that, fam, is where real happiness lives.
And remember, boo, joy ain't the destination, it's the ride, and you look fabulous on the way.